won Super Bowl 59.
Dude, it gave me goosebumps watching it.
Rivian pulled up to the stadium with the snow tires on, the tinted windows. Many men came on, and it was just a murder.
This guy wins. Look at his record. Look at his stats. Thank God he's a Philadelphia Eagle.
You can mark this down. I think the Eagles are hosting the NFC Championship game.
I don't care how it looks at this point, as long as it's a win.
Vaughn came up with it.
Well, Bond's an animal.
That guy's playing at an all-pro level.
I mean, you could have heard that from a mile, dude. That stadium was loud.
Lock in, Bruce. It's another Speaking Birds. What is up, my Bruce? My bird. Bruce, we are back. It's another Speaking Birds. We're joined here today with the boy John. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Good to be here.
Good to have you. We're down Clayton on this pod. He's like it's what is that? Trying to get all the is it the Lord of the Rings where he tries to collect the rings? I don't know what I'm talking about. We'll get everyone together soon. But man, it's Dallas week.
Shoot.
Dude. Freaking Dallas week. Wearing the greens, the Kelly Greens on the road.
I ain't gonna say it this time. I know I said it last time. I'm gonna leave that one out.
All right. I respect it. We'll get to that matchup later, but first, man, I wanted to ask you your opinion. Now I did a little bit of a blip show the other day, but I wanted to ask your opinion on the showing Sunday night against the Lions.
I thought it was a great game. Obviously a little slow, you know what I mean? Not a high scoring game. Defense looked freaking immaculate. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter batting down balls. Nakobe Dean just continues to be an animal, possibly playing at an all-pro level.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And, Jalen Phillips, my God, is he a dog?
Oh, man.
He's a stud, dude.
Yeah. That's an amazing pickup. I mean, it's just, yeah. I saw one of those memes online where it was, where the face fades away and it was like Micah Parsons fading into Jalen Phillips. Maybe it was the other way around, but basically the sentiment was like, yo, this guy is
yeah.
That was a great pickup. What do you think went into that the most? Is it Howie scouting? Is it Fangio? I know Fangio likes to downplay his role in like roster building and all that. He always, it's always Howie, but I mean, did he love this guy and he just says, look, we got to get him, or is it a Howie move, or maybe a little bit of both?
Well, it was like 2 years ago when we played the Dolphins. I think it was 2 years ago. It might have been. Yeah. Okay. So last year, and he was like kind of slow, secretly putting on a game. I think he had a sack. I can't remember, but I know he had some pressures. I think he had a sack. He was looking real good, but I do think it was probably a little bit of Fangio, and then obviously Howie doing his due diligence, but also right place, right time. You know what I mean? Because the Dolphins were in a little bit of turmoil there.
Right.
So,
but yeah, man, what a dog. I mean, he's just like he's like a great dude too. From all of that, I'm just like seeing about the guy, and obviously with the media now, you get to see like players under the microscope. In Philly, man, he seems like a really cool dude, and I'm happy for him. He's definitely working towards a payday because he's in that contract year. But yeah, he's definitely. I think he's going to get paid for sure.
For sure. He's gonna be nasty. And before we move off this quick, obviously Quignon had another game. I mean, it's probably safe to say he's elite at this point. And then the one guy I want to give a shout out to that we've blasted quite a bit, who had a pretty solid game, put together a nice game, was Adoree Jackson.
Yeah, that's a good one. I did mention on the last one that yeah. I mean, I don't think I shouted him out, but yeah, he had a pretty decent game.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I hope he can continue to string them together like that, because that was a damn good game he played.
Yeah, and now how much of it is he played a good game versus he didn't play a bad game? You know what I mean? Meaning like, if you go unmentioned, that's a good thing, sort of thing. What like do you think he went above and beyond what is like just not being mentioned, or not like doing anything bad, or was it hey man, you played a good game?
Well, I mean, I guess yes and no, but all I know is what he's shown us on the Eagles. So if that's just him playing an average game, and that like then I'll take that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Man, if he can turn that corner and like you said, string together some good outings, dude, this defense is absolutely disgusting what they're doing
yeah,
right now.
it-
Yeah.
the one thing like the trade obviously being the biggest thing that I think helped, and also getting probably Nolan Smith back as well, but and signing BG. But when you bring in a guy like Phillips, who's just a dog right away, that makes everybody strive to be a lot better. You know what I mean? Because now if Phillips is starting or whatever, now he's taking reps off Nolan, so Nolan's got to fight to be even better. You know what I mean? As well as Jalix Hunt.
Right.
So
Oh
I
yeah.
like healthy competition.
Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. You mentioned the knocking the balls down. I think they had 5 deflections at the line or knockdowns. And I think it was Jordan Davis, who shout out Jordan Davis, NFC Defensive Player of the Week this week. They were saying that this is film study. They noticed a tendency in Goff where he was getting the ball out and the angles, and they wanted to attack it. So I mean, you hear about it with Ojimo calling out the plays against Green Bay, called out the final play. I don't know, man. This team is they're putting in the work, which is just amazing to see. So shout out to the whole defensive unit. Shout out to the D line. Earlier this season with the blocked kick, that was a tendency thing. So
Well,
they're not lazy.
I'm glad you said that because I guess I read a report earlier this week. I forget who wrote it, but Michael Clay did a lot of study, and he knew possibly their tendency that they might try to fake a punt. So that's why he
Yes.
kept that defense on the field. So yeah,
Man, hold on. I want to get the name here. Let's see, because I know what you're saying about. Let's see. Um, it was the where they went for it on the. Are you talking about where they went for it on the 4th down or?
well, no, they were
Oh,
out on a
gotcha.
punt. They were scared that they were going to fake it because they knew that like Michael Clay did a bunch of film study, and it was possible that they thought that they were going to fake it, so they just kept the defense on the field like they were just in a normal
Yeah,
defense. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. I want to give So
I
it was
don't know
yeah. I
who
mean
wrote the article, but
yeah,
I
but
did.
it was Michael Clay for sure. But there's another guy. I forget his position with the Eagles, but he's the one who like noticed that tendency.
Yeah, you're right.
Um,
You're right.
but I wish I could shout him. I don't even know. We'll have to circle back on that. But yeah, it was like some guy that like does like scouting or
Yep.
ah man.
I guess I should
Now
have
I'm gonna
came
be
better with that.
no, that's all right. No, that was great. That was a great that was a that's a great shout out. We'll shout him out. But yeah, man, that unit is insanity. Just absolutely insanity.
By the way, when I was talking about Adoree Jackson, because I screenshotted this, he matched up with Amon-Ra St. Brown on 11 plays, only allowed 1 reception for 8 yards on 5 targets.
I love that.
So, yeah. So, I mean, good for him, man, because I know we beat him up in here. Uh, I know he gets beat up around the media a little bit, so I'm happy for him.
Yeah. Yeah, good for Adoree Jackson. And like, when I think when like we beat up on players, it's not we're not like going out of our way most of the time
Right.
to to bash them or anything of that nature. It's simply just what we're seeing. And I mean there are things that are like there are things that you can excuse, and then, when we talk about, business decisions or he's not, putting himself out there, that those are kind of like the inexcusable ones, which Clayton would go off on. Um but yeah, no, I mean hopefully he continues the good play.
Oh, yeah, and I know we're all over the place right here quick, but, the punt that it was the one that they direct snapped it to that linebacker and they stopped it.
Right.
That's what it was, yeah, now that I'm thinking
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what's going on with Dan Campbell. I know he plays with this reckless abandonment or whatever, but dumb call. I get it. You're on the road. This kind of was this was your last year's NFC Championship game. As dumb as it sounds, and as I could go on a whole rant about how that's not even correct. Look, they had this circled. They thought that last year's Super Bowl was theirs. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown even went as far to say we deserve a championship for like insanity. So they had this game circled, and I get it. Like they're on the road. It's the Eagles. They're cream of the crop in the NFL, but I don't know. I think you got to call a little bit of a smarter game there.
Especially after like 4 or 5 stops
Yeah.
on 4th
Yeah,
down, dude, you
yeah.
gotta get away from it, my guy.
Yeah,
It's like, guess what? They'll never suspect it. I'm gonna go for it again, and then it fucking stopped. It's like,
hey,
Jesus, man.
we suspect it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um.
crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I look. I think they're a good team, and man, to just hold them to 9 points.
To just go on and on after a whole year of just talking shit, and this is your biggest fucking game, and then to come in and get not shit on, but you got shit on. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, that's embarrassing to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can. Yeah. Look. I think it was. I don't think. I don't know. Golf is like a Cali boy. Um, obviously he plays in an indoor stadium in Detroit. I think if you move that guy outside, I don't think he's the same player.
Well, I mean, you saw it, dude. Not only that, but like when you start putting hits on him, like he completely folds, and that's been the knack for most of his career. Like you start getting pressure, he can't handle it. I mean, a couple times there, like he just looked baffled.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you
So
want to see them again in the playoffs? Have them come
I'm not
back?
worried. Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I know. We were never worried about it.
Yeah,
Even
we don't
last
have
year,
to
I
talk
don't think.
about it.
I don't think.
We just show up and handle business.
Whoo. Let's switch gears for a minute. I want to ask you about and you had brought this up in the chat. Little rumblings within the organization and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Well, what do you make of that? Your comment about show up and win made me think about that. It's all noise, but you know who shows up and wins? Jay Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, yeah. There's no doubt about that. And look, I can get it. You know what I mean? I think this is the biggest snack. I don't think it's that people are fed up with how he's playing and winning. I think what they're fed up about is this whole turnover like conspiracy thing that like he's just playing it too safe. You know what I mean? Where there's guys that are open or you can throw them open. You know what I mean? And people are open. There's no doubt about it because I'm watching the route like the all 22 at times, and I'm seeing guys that are open, but he's playing it safe because he doesn't want to turn it over. So I think that's mostly the
Yeah,
argument. I don't think people were upset about him like as a person. You know what I mean? But like if you're open, like being and then I'm gonna go on another rant right after this, but being open in the NFL is one step. You know what I mean?
for sure.
You're not often open by a mile, so you do got to let it fly. But if you continue to win games, and you can't really say much about it. You know what I mean? And then that being said, like a guy like obviously AJ Brown's one of the guy that you can almost guarantee that's upset about Hurts being the QB, but he ranks 135th in separation out of all wide receivers. So it's like, dude, if you're not
Right.
open, you ain't getting it.
Yeah. And do you think because I think yeah, like you said, AJ Brown is frustrated. Do you think there's part of him that like kind of wants to go on a little bit of a losing streak? And let me clarify. I don't think he wants to lose, but like you said, when you're winning, you can't really say anything about it. Like I think he's frustrated with how the offense looks, and we all are. But yeah, when you're winning, you can't really like you can't really go in and meddle too much with it. Now, do you think maybe he wants like maybe there to be a bit of a firestorm where they have to go in and really evaluate? I don't know. I maybe.
I sure as hell hope not. But yeah, I can kind of see like I hate to even continue to talk about this, but he's just a goddamn
But
diva,
you
and I
have
can't
to,
fucking
yeah,
stand it no more, dude. I can't. It just drives me insane. But again, like he had 11 targets and he only had 7 catches for 49 yards. So like now I'm
there was some
starting to put
tough.
the blame on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there were some tough targets. That first one he had, he caught it, and got smothered immediately,
Yeah.
and then there was that one where he against Green Bay was it he gave up on a route? Maybe it was it was Green Bay, I think. And then it looked like he kind of gave up on a
Yep.
deep ball on this game.
Yep.
So
And
I mean,
and
there's definitely an effort thing.
maybe yeah, and I agree with that. And then, I know it was super freaking windy, but maybe with Hurts not letting it fly all the time, you're starting to see some of these inaccuracies. Like I think the one like Devontae was like super open. It's like, dude, you just
Yeah.
get it anywhere close to him and it's a catch. But obviously, it's 40-mile-an-hour gust wind, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But he the past 2 weeks, he's missed some throws that he normally wouldn't miss.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think normally if you look back at like kind of like our tendencies as a pocket, I mean, maybe we look at Jalen Hurts. I don't know. He's doing what it takes to win. So it's
I agree.
I mean, look, I don't know. You're a wide receiver. You want to be a diva about it. Go ahead, but I don't know. I mean, I'm riding with the guy that's going out there as a leader and getting those wins.
Yeah,
So
Super Bowl MVP.
yeah. I think that's going to be my it's going to be my go-to. Let's see here. And Devontae Smith only had one catch for what was it like 8 yards? So
Yep,
I
one
mean,
catch for yards. But that one, he was wide open. That was probably a good 40-yard
yeah,
touchdown. You know what I mean? He just missed it.
for
But
sure.
and then like the game before Green Bay, he misses the tight end up the seam. So just
Yeah.
stuff that you don't normally see him miss. But it is what it is. It's W's. Again, you can't really complain when you're winning.
Yeah, I agree. But before we move on, so let's shout out. So on that fourth down block, it was Michael Clay credited the director of football operations, Amina Solomon,
Yep.
and pro scout Terrence Braxton. So shout out to those two. Man, yeah, I was hoping we could get those names so we're not
Good.
missing them. But
Glad we got
that just goes to show you they're giving input. Like, man, this whole operation is
I mean,
like
you can go back to last year when I praised our scouts
yeah.
on the
And they're
pod. I
not like
mean,
you would think it's like a pro scout. Okay, like maybe he's not like involved with the game, but man, he's looking at stuff. Director of football operations. I mean, isn't that just like? I mean, that's an operations job, and he's calling stuff out. Man,
for
that's
sure.
great. It's amazing.
I mean, I know Howie Roseman takes either gets a lot of the blame or, also gets almost all the praise, but you gotta give it up to the scouts, the guys working behind the scenes that are away from
Sure.
home, their families and all that.
For sure. I like it. I like it. Anything else on the Lions game? We got the dominant defense. We have the still struggling offense.
I mean,
Um,
the only other thing I wanna say is I'd like to see us get Tank Bisbee the ball. I mean, he's averaging what, 9.2 yards per carry right now. It's like it's
ooh,
time to dial him in. He's
really?
running hard. I not dial him in over Barkley, but I like to see him get more than 4 carries.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. I
Change of
would agree
pace.
with that. I would agree with that. Yeah, he's gonna net you some positive yards.
So,
Oh yeah, another I guess other news. Lane Johnson, Liz Frank sprain
yep.
suffered during the game, so he'll be out 4 to 6. I think he's probably gonna be out until the playoffs. You would have to imagine, right?
They said the inflammation was so bad they couldn't even get, like, a decent X-ray. I read that today.
Oh geez.
So, they're not quite sure how bad the damage is, but yeah, it's looking like that, and possibly just keep him out to the playoffs for a precautionary.
Yep. Man, but Fred Johnson, that like shout out Howie for that was a weird situation. You trade him away. I think he was with the
Just
Dolphins, right?
mm,
I
can't
forget
remember.
I forget where he was. Yeah. And then you get him back. And he's a solid depth piece, a solid 2.
Sure.
I like it. And let's see. Anything else Lions Eagles related?
No, sir. He was with the Jags.
Jags. All right. Same state, different city. We got, let's see here. We have the Cowboys coming up.
Yes, sir.
It's Dallas week, baby. We got the 8-2 Philadelphia Eagles traveling down to, I don't even think they play in Dallas. It's like a suburb. 4-5-1. The Dallas Cowboys, who put up a performance against the Raiders, but that's not really your litmus test. The Raiders.
Yep.
Um, Apparently, CD Lamb and Pickens were out until 7:30 a.m. on game day. It was you hear that? It was reported that somebody saw CD Lamb
Puking.
vomiting at Red Rocks Casino, 7:30 a.m. So yeah, that's not good. My takeaway from that is, well, at least he didn't get behind the wheel and kill someone.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know what I mean? Like you saw with Amari Cooper out in Vegas years ago. So, geesh, thank God he didn't do that. How do you feel going into this game? Do you think we're gonna even hold the Dallas Cowboys? They're gonna score points.
Yeah.
We're not gonna hold them to 9 points.
Well, I mean, this is going to be a big game for Adoree Jackson right here. After praising him now, he's going up against, pretty much two elite wide receivers. So we'll see how that goes. But the one thing I do know is that this could be an, you know, obvious game for the Eagles offense to get back on track. I think Dallas is one of the worst defenses in the league. I know they got a couple guys back recently off injury, but they're still
It's
giving up a ton
indoors.
of
It's
yards. Yeah.
indoors. Let it fly a little bit.
Yeah. So we'll see.
And they did pick up Williams from the Jets. How is it? Was it Kenyon Williams?
Yeah, yeah. Quinnen Williams. He's the guy that
Quinnen Williams.
when he got drafted, he sneezed and blessed himself. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had some pretty good bites. He's had some pretty good sound bites over the years. But man, he was looking good against the Raiders. Um, so yeah, I mean he'll be a force. They have I think they have Jadeveon Clowney down there in
Right.
Dallas. So we have to see that scrub. I mean, when are we going to get to a point where we don't have to see that guy anymore?
Can't be too much longer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's banged up. I don't know. I feel good about it. It's one of those things, we talk about like these runs, you have Green Bay, you have Detroit, and I think like everyone's thinking like, okay, you might drop one of these. I mean, like I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like when is it going to happen? Like, but every time I think that they just keep winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like they just keep winning. It's crazy. And I look at this Dallas game and I'm like, we could beat this team. I don't know.
I agree. I mean, they're definitely beatable. Sometimes Dak puts some yards up against us, but I'm not too much worried about Quinion. But
No, I mean,
obviously they're going to get some points, get some yards. I don't know. I think we win, but I don't know. This offense
let me
kind of
ask you
scares me.
this. Let's take a time machine back to week 1.
Mhm.
And before the game, there was a little fireworks to be had with Jalen Carter and Dak. Now, if you're Jalen Carter, he's starting to pick up productivity. He's starting to get into late November shape. I mean, is this? I mean, is Dak Prescott in for a world of pain come Sunday?
Yeah, I believe so. It's time to get back.
Ooh, I love that. Yeah, get back. I love that. Man,
Yeah,
I want I
I'd
want
be
I want
scared.
Dak to be like I want him to be in like 60 minutes of absolute hell.
Misery.
Yeah, misery. You know what I mean? Like I want him to just like not know what's going on. So
Yeah, I would love to see that. Here we go. Looking at defense here. I think the Cowboys are what 32, 31, 30, 30th.
yeah, so the first time we faced Dallas, they were without their both starting safeties. Was it Hooker, Wilson? They'll both be back. Cowboys added linebacker Logan Wilson from Cincy at the trade deadline. Um,
As well as Quinnen Williams. I think
yeah. Oh,
Overshone came back. I
yep,
think he was hurt.
yep. Overshown's back. So we're going to be facing a bit of a different. Um, Ezeraku has really turned it on. So we're going to be facing a different Cowboys defense.
For sure.
Um, so yeah, we'll see. I don't know. The offense has got to get it on track. I mean, that to me is that's the biggest thing. And you just wonder if they're capable. I mean, at some point you have to wonder, are the tools even there?
It's got to be this week. You're playing one of the worst defenses in the league. They give up almost 400 yards.
Yeah. Okay, so Sunday night, you see another performance like you saw on Sunday. Like, what are the next moves? Like, what are you thinking? Where do you even go from there? I mean, we talked about maybe changing the play caller. I know a lot of people are high on Leffler, the quarterback's coach.
Yep.
Like, what do you do? But what if you win and it still looks bad? It's like that. It's like if you keep winning, you can't really do much.
The other thing that scares me, let's say you make this crazy change and you get rid of Patullo as the play caller. You don't fire him, you just move him
Right.
somewhere, and the next guy comes in and just completely sinks the ship. You know what I mean? It's like then you're at a
Right.
that could be what um the year we just fell apart all over again. What was that? 23?
2023 with
Yeah.
Desai with Patricia coming
So
in,
yeah.
and
I mean,
did we make a change in off at offense then? We had Ben Johnson, I think.
no, we didn't have Ben Johnson. We had Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson. We had Ben Johnson. Oh my god,
Yep.
I wish. Could you imagine? Um, I can. Man, could you imagine like a innovative play caller? And a lot of people are saying from his time at Bowling Green, that Leffler does have a lot of these ideas. Like he has concepts and ideas ready to go.
I would love to
But like you said,
explore
you
that.
have to be 100% certain that it's going to be an upgrade.
The other thing is now you're learning, what he's had. How many coordinators has Jalen Hurts had? One
Oh,
every
if
single
you look
year
at
he
the
was
list,
here?
yeah, if you look at the list
Yeah,
since he's like a
and now
freshman in
he's
college.
learning now he's learning a new in the middle of a season, gonna learn a new offense if you make that change. That's the only thing that actually scares me now. However, I'm not a fan of what Patullo's doing. I think it's
Right.
super vanilla. So,
Well, we've talked about this in the past. Like when, and I've had this question, when does it become, all right, I get like if you bring a guy in like Steichen or more, maybe they're gonna come and it's the off season, they're gonna come with a little more like language and ideas. But if you change, like at some point, doesn't it just kind of mold to like the Eagles offense, like what Jalen wants
right.
to run, what he's comfortable. And then you do a midseason change with Leffler. Maybe he just like he keeps the language and adds a wrinkle or two. I mean, maybe there's things in the playbook that are there that maybe Kevin Patullo just doesn't want to run, or I don't know. Maybe you
I
just
mean
install like a different concept or a different design or a different route, and I don't know. I don't know how it would look.
we always go back and forth. Is it the play caller or is it the player? You know what I mean? And there's no way to tell unless you're in the building, you know what I mean? And now watching some of these misses and these guys being open and you don't want to throw because you don't want to turn it over. Maybe playing devil's advocate, maybe it could be Hurts. He just can't process it. But I saw today like oh man, it was like a stat where like we like run like the most hooks or something like that. And it's like plays that are like developing too late for Hurts to even throw it to, you know what I mean? So something
Okay.
like that. I mean, I don't have the I wish I would have wrote it down, but
Right. Well,
um
that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
like slow developing, you know what I mean? By the time it's open, Hurts either has to flee or, throw away, which he hardly does, but
Right. Yeah. Speaking of like routes, there Amon-Ra St. Brown had this route. I saw this on I think it was one of the sites. Like he just like cuts through the defense on like, just like a little like slant concept. And somebody was like, "Man, if only we could have like Devontae do something like this." And it was like,
good.
man, it looks so pretty. And you could, but yeah, there's no like creativity with this
It's
offense.
wild.
Um Man, I wanted to ask you something. It slipped my mind. Um Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah. This wasn't what I was gonna say, but yeah, I mean, if you look at our payroll on offense, we're like the highest payroll in the NFL, and I think we're like what 27th. We probably dropped after last game.
Oh, I can tell you here in a second what we are.
But just like the just like the gap in between payroll and and on the flip side, I think we have the least amount of money on payroll on the defensive side, and I would argue
Right.
this is the best defense in the NFL. Here's what I was going to say about the offense. Somebody brought this up. I forget who I was listening to. Like now that you know that you have this stifling defense that can hold, you know, one of the best teams in the NFL to 9 points, are you like, can you open up Hurts a little bit? Because I do think there is a philosophy within the building to not turn the ball over and be conservative. But now do you maybe like pull the like maybe you could risk an interception.
Yeah. I mean, continuing to rely on the defense is not sustainable come down the stretch.
It's
You
not,
gotta
I don't
you
think
gotta
it's
open it up.
sustainable. Yeah.
Yeah. No chance. You start playing some of these better teams that, they get some points on this defense, and you're obviously, we won the past two games, what, 16 points, and what we have the 10 points against Green Bay, I think it was.
Let me look. Well, yeah, we had 16 and 10, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
10 to
Yeah.
7 was
So
the
I
final
mean,
score.
that's not sustainable.
It's just campy.
So yeah, I mean, open it up, man. Start flinging that thing.
Yeah.
And if you throw a pick, who cares? You know what I mean? As long as the defense is playing well, it's a no-brainer. You can always
I don't
revert back.
until he starts throwing picks and then we're like, go back, go
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
go back. I don't know. Yeah, he's like sometimes Jalen can be like when it rains it pours. You know what I mean? When he
Right.
starts like turning it over, it's like, all right, dial it back just a bit. But I think there's a happy medium that I think he needs to get to.
For sure.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited. You'll be here.
Kelly
He's going to
Green's.
be in town.
Oh yeah, going to PA for the holiday for the upcoming Thanksgiving. Well,
We do a live
hopefully the
pod after
fellas.
the game. Living room.
Yeah, I'll have to bring my stuff. Yeah, but we'll set it up. Hopefully Clayton can watch it.
I do believe he'll make it. So
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
some
Any
beverages.
have some beverages. Any last thoughts on the Eagles Cowboys matchup, things to watch, impact players? You want to give any predictions on yardage, on offense, defense, on anything of that nature?
I got a feeling we're going to open it up, and our receivers are going to have a game here, especially Smitty after only having one catch. So I think Hurts is going to throw. I think he's going to be throwing. That's just my prediction. I don't know if it'll work like that, but that's what I'm
I'm gonna
hoping
go.
for.
I'm gonna go bold take. BG with a sack.
Nice.
I think this defense keeps it rolling. I think the front five, front four, those savages up there, those ravenous wolves. I think they get to Dak. Wait, what do we call it? What's his name? Not Dak.
Rain.
Rain. I think yeah. I almost forgot. I think we get to Rain. I do think Carter. I do think Carter makes his day miserable. I think
Yeah. And it's what? Rayne. It's even the worse Rain.
that's like some weird. That's like some weird like stripper name, dude. Why would you?
My
That's
God.
like I'm serious. Rain with a Y. Get out of here. I think the defense continues to play well. I think Q continues to play well. Coop. Uh man, shout out Blankenship too. I think he's expecting a kid. I think they announced that.
Nice. I
Yeah,
didn't see
so
that.
congrats. Um let me confirm that. What if I just started throwing out congratulations? Let's see. Yeah, okay, they did announce that they're expecting.
All right.
Okay, great.
Congrats to him.
Feel better about that. I think we roll. I think it's gonna be a good day. Now let's look ahead too here. All right, so we have the Cowboys coming up. We have the Bears, Black Friday. Bears are coming into town. Then the Eagles go out on the road to the Chargers. We got Raiders in town. Then we got Commanders, Bills. You know, it's gonna be a tough one. We're going up to Buffalo. And and then Commanders again. So if you look at that, Commanders are, I mean, they'll be pretty defeated at that point.
Yep.
Those last 2 of the 3 games, obviously they're without their young star quarterback, so you almost got to think those shouldn't be the hardest games. Man, if you can get like 1 or 2 of those other ones, it's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt about it. Time to make that run.
Time to make that run. Let's go. You want to do predictions and then get out of here?
Yeah, it's fine. I got obviously the Eagles winning. Let's go 34-14.
Oh, 34-14. I'm going to go 27-21 Birds. I think the 27, I do like the 30 plus burger, but I think they get back on track a bit. It looks promising. I think, man, I hate to say that Dallas is even going to score that much. I'll do 27-21. I'll keep it that.
Yep.
All right.
Right on.
Well, see you until next time. Go Birds.
Yeah. Go Birds.